How are we doing today? So this is Incentivizing Live Music Through NFTs. I am Emily Lazar. I am a professional touring musician in a rock band called September Morning. I was also the first female rock metal musician to mint and sell an NFT on the blockchain. I've sold out a lot of projects. I have over 750 collectors, and I'm also, like I said, a professional touring musician that's used NFTs in live music experiences, which we'll get into later. But I want to go through the panel. We have some amazing people on this panel today. Do you want to start over here and we'll go this way? Yeah.
Hello, I'm Sidney Swift, founder, CEO of Defy Entertainment. We are a next-gen entertainment company. We work a lot with AI, NFTs, Web3. We've done sold-out collections, virtual avatars, curated communities, some protocols. So we dabble in a bunch of different Web3 initiatives, trying to, build the future of entertainment.
Go ahead, Eric. Yeah. Hey everyone, I'm Erica Yang. I'm the CEO founder of Real Hype Creative. We are an innovation agency. We're invested by ByteDance, the TikTok parent company. So we work with a lot of artists like Steve Aoki, G-Eazy, or Magicue, and we run their social media. And we also work with a lot of the Asian music NFT company, Web3 companies. We bring a lot of artists from Asia and bring them over here.
Go ahead, Binx.
Oh, you need that works. I'm Bianca, aka Binx with Third Planet Studio. We are a Web3 music, art, and entertainment company. We are first and foremost a non-competitive company working with the artist, as we believe that working directly with the community and having them participate in paving the future for Web3 is a main factor. We build in the metaverse. We've got virtual clubs on multiple platforms. We have an amazing dev team, and we are just have everything we can to have the resources for the musicians to literally have everything they need to execute their NFT projects and career. And we take them everywhere we go, and whatever we can do to help promote them and help pave that way for them, that's what we do. Oh, you have them.
I'm Illya, the producer, 12-time platinum Grammy-nominated music producer. Work pretty extensively with Eminem. Also the community and partnership lead at Yuga Labs. Super bullish on everything that's in Web3 and super bullish on the promise and opportunity that Web3 gives to artists and musicians. So that's why I'm here.
Thanks, Illya. So I want to start by kind of discussing what is the, I know that from my perspective, music has been devalued over, the course of many, many, many years. And with NFTs, we've kind of refurbished that value proposition and given it a lot more value monetarily. So the disconnect always was with NFTs anyway, in my perspective, is that you have this monetary value that's going with these music NFTs, but how do you link that to a real world sort of proposition so that your fans can actually experience the monetary value in a live setting, right? And as we're saying, incentivizing live music through NFTs, what do you guys think is the strongest way to kind of accomplish that goal? Illya, you want to start with this?
It's world building, storytelling. That's how I look at it. It's like, okay, artist development is dead, so you can now build your persona, build your character, or build your community, because it's no longer a fan base. I literally love that it's a community now. Build that, and instead of having 1,000 true fans, you can start with 100 in Web3 that really believe in you. And the beauty of actually live music is you can take the NFT and actually have it to give in real life experiences to your fans or to your community. Yeah. Take it off of the internet, take it out of the digital space and bring it in real life and connect those two worlds.
Yeah, so I've done this with a lot of my touring. So because I definitely have a lot of collectors now. So on all of our tours, if you own any of my music NFTs or any of my NFTs, period, and you bring them to a show and you present them to our merch girl at the merch table, you get free VIP meet and greet. You get 20% off our merch. So there's a real world value that hits you right at the jump when you come into the venue, and I think that's super, super important. Binx, what do you think? I mean, you work in the metaverse a lot, so the live music in the metaverse, like how are these NFTs incentivizing all that?
Well, you know, we're taking the next step to get into the token gating events, and I think that's going to be a big benefit, especially in the metaverse. It's not always easy to build, and having a company like Third Planet Studio that can provide the stages virtually for these artists to utilize and reach a global audience all in one, and still be able to charge admissions for their I mean, your NFT, next month I'm going to be chasing you back to 2 shows because I got your NFT, so I'm going to be looking forward to that. And it's a great utility, it really is, and I know when I come there, I'm going to feel more special than the average attendee there because I have your NFT.
Yeah, so it's incentivizing people by bringing the community like really together on a next level. I mean, as a band, as a metal performer, it's a niche market, obviously, and so I've been building in niche markets for a long time. But to like really give people that extra sort of value and that like extra feeling that they're like closer to the artist than they ever have been, because there is no third party in between myself and the consumer anymore. We're like really together, so I think that's really important. And in the metaverse, as you were speaking, like I realized the one great thing that I love about the metaverse is that it really does enable people that maybe can't afford a concert ticket to come to a concert, that can't, or they're disabled, they're in a wheelchair, it's very hard for them to get to places. Like this gives them the way to do that, and then linking the NFT to that, that's an amazing kind of utility. Erica, what do you think?
I think it's also a great way for the artists to really know who their super fans are. And for example, we work with Steve a lot, and he really know which fans are crazy about what kind of music he has, and giving him a tool and a platform to really reward his super fans. So they get a lot of utilities, like you guys already done, like meet and greet, and create like a very personalized experience to individual super fans. So everyone gets a different experience through the unique live music experience.
Yeah, so it's like once you know who's your top tier fans, you can reward them, because if you have their wallet address, you can do airdrops, you can do special things to these fans and make them feel even more special, and that just engages them even more, and the cycle kind of continues and perpetuates itself. So I think that's a really important thing, especially as a musician. Like Illya was saying, you don't need 1,000 true fans anymore. You just need like maybe even 100 that like really are invested and feel like they are really close to you. Go ahead.
I feel like the world of live music and just musicians in general is an interesting code to crack, because in the world of Web3, we talk about decentralization, and we're all for corporations decentralizing, but it's really different and hard to decentralize an artist as an individual, because you don't look at them as a corporation, you look at them as a creator. So we've been experimenting in that field of like blurring those lines. We started with a decentralized virtual artist in 2017 called Chill Pill. And the concept behind it originally was an artist owned by the fans. This was pre-NFTs. And over the course of the last 5 years, we've grown it into a really interesting case study, because what has happened is there is no artist in the driver's seat dictating the career of said musician, and we are able to incentivize the live performances by bringing ownership from the community, from the fan base, into the live performance itself. So for instance, if Chill Pill does a show in Dubai, there is no body to go do that performance unless you're a community member in Dubai, who then you can go do that DJ show for us. So
Wait, so the the actual community they're the DJs, so
Correct.
they actually perform?
Exactly.
Oh, interesting.
And it creates this ecosystem where there is not one artist, so to speak. It's just the idea of a piece of IP that represents the brand, and then it's like a group of thousands of members of the community that are powering the artist.
It reminds me of like the Joker movie when all the Jokers are and I mean, I have to bring it back to comics because my band is based
Anybody
off a graphic
can be
novel.
a Joker.
So like everybody's a Joker, right? So they can come in and they become the live performance.
Yeah, and I think that it's interesting because what I've found that is the most intriguing is that not only are they able to like get access into performances that they normally wouldn't be able to access with their own artist brand, but they're able to open the show as their own artists. So it's like building their brand while empowering the overall community's brand. So it's really cool.
I have so many questions, but I don't want to like harp on this too much, but I have to ask you. So how is this booked? Like, is there an agency that books this, or like how is this?
I mean, it's a community contribution. So we have
so do you
non-exclusive agencies.
Yeah, do you like just run it through the venues and things like that, and then just kind of go directly through them?
Yeah, we try to keep it as non-exclusive as possible.
Yeah.
You can imagine.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. That's amazing. I love that. So where do you guys think that this is going then? Like, I mean, I've done the live music thing where I incentivize people to come with their NFTs and this and that, the other thing. But like, how do we scale from that? Like, you were talking about story building and world building, and so where do you see us in a couple years, like with this? Like, is there some place that you want to be with it, like with the live music performances?
Hell yeah, and shout out to Sidney, because what he just said was ill. Like, I'm about to do a deep dive on that shit. That's dope.
It's really cool.
Like, man.
Sketchy's
That's
next.
like
bro.
next level, actually. That's
Yeah,
really
we
next
definitely got
level.
to do some collab with Sketchy and Chill Pill. Like, and that's what's the beauty of this space is there's so many brilliant people and creative people that see this space as a safe space to experiment, right? So my goal and my dream is to have my meta artist, my virtual artist, if not win, at least be nominated for Best New Artist at the Grammys.
Yes.
That's like my North Star. Like, all right, we're about to shake this shit up. And then in Miami, I met somebody who's on the Grammy board, and he's like, yo, I want to work with you to have the Grammys have a metaverse artist category. And I'm like, oh shit, like, damn, that's even better than what I thought. Like, it would be great to have Best New Artist, but if we have our own category, then we all get to jump in the sandbox and really take this to the next level. And this is somebody who has the clout to make it happen. So he's like, I want to get with you and Evan Bogart, and I'm sure Sidney is all on the Grammy voting board as well. So if we all get together and we can make this happen, because MTV already has the metaverse, Best Metaverse Artist. They premiered it last year. I didn't even know there was a category, but it's happening. So now the Grammys want to make sure they're not like a big dinosaur and actually be able to pivot and make moves faster. So that's my dream.
I love that. So what you're talking about is like the mainstream adoption. So that's like
Hell yeah.
that's a whole curve that we're kind of fighting against right now. I mean, in my personal opinion, I think that we're fighting the curve because of the actual branding of the name NFT. Like, I think that it's taken a turn, for the worse, and people kind of associate it with these like horrible, like, rug pulls and like, all the bad stuff. You have to remember the psychology of people. They like to build things up and then they like to tear things down. So, people talk about the negativity of it and they don't talk about the positivity of the space, like what we're talking about, the community building, incentivizing, like all this sort of stuff that's brilliant and beautiful about the space. So for me, I mean, I'm tending to talk to my fans now, and when I onboard, I say it's a digital collectible. I don't even use NFT anymore. because like people are like, don't use that term. So so I'm just kind of changing my narrative as I see fit to onboard people. And with that being said, what do you guys think, and whoever wants to answer this first, what do you guys think is the main, we're talking about incentivizing live music. So like, what is the main hurdle that we're facing incentivizing live music? Like what's keeping this from going mainstream besides the branding of NFT?
Yeah, from my point of view, I think it's going to be more data available, more platform available for the artists that easy to use, so they truly deeply connect with their fans. And that's kind of the hurdle. It just takes a little bit more exposure, more education for the artist side and also for the super fan side. So once, making it available to more and more artists have the tools and data to really monetize, and then that would actually be a lot better. And then in that sense, the artist has more creative freedom to truly create the music that they're passionate about, the fans are truly enjoying, in a way it's not dictated by the algorithm and not dictated by the streaming platform. So this is always gonna happen, and actually it's gonna happen really fast. It's going to, I believe, change the future of music.
Yeah, I would love to see that happen because
Yeah.
we are kind of a slave to the algorithm, and that kind of happens because things aren't decentralized, they're centralized. So there's always, whenever you have a centralized platform like Spotify, for example, and not to, get mad at Spotify or anything like that, but it is a centralized platform. They do have backdoor deals with labels and this and that. The other way to like incentivize certain artists on the platform to make more money than other artists. That's just, hello. Okay, wait, you're taking my IP and you should not be taking my IP. So that's illegal. Okay. 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 Yes. Yes. Can we close the door so I can hear him, please? Right. Yeah, but what was your point? Were you trying to make an NFT off of her show? Okay. Okay. Well, of course it is because she owns her. Just because you film, just because I film Illa, doesn't mean I own Illa. I can't take him home with me. Like that's not how it works. So like, I mean, and if Illa sings his song, I don't own that, and I film it. I don't own anything. There's an IP situation. There's mechanical royalties. There's regular there's so many royalties.
It's called
involved
dinosaurs.
with that.
There's a dinosaur inside that building that owns all the rights. The artist is just the artist. You have to go through, and that's the beauty of this space, is that for the first time you can get in with the artist on the ground floor, and that artist owns their masters. If the artist owns their masters, then you can go and film that and then do a deal directly with the artist.
Yes.
Somebody as big as Madonna, guess who? Even if she says yes or her manager says yes, the label could say no. And that's the thing I deal with as a producer. If we do something with Rihanna loves the record, her manager loves the record, they can pay me. I've gotten checks from labels, cashed it, and be excited about the song, and the song doesn't come out because there's something on the back end. There's no clearance. Publishing.
Yes, publishing.
There's a bunch of dinosaurs that get in the way of all this creativity. That's what this space actually negates and gets rid of is
and as
direct to consumer.
Yeah, and as an independent musician, that's the thing about this space, right? It really does bolster the independent musician, because as an independent musician, if you own your own catalog, you own your own publishing, you have your own publishing house, like you can do whatever the hell you want with that house because it's your house. But if you are signed to a major label, if you have a pub deal, you have to jump through so many hoops. But in NFTs, like I was saying, I'm an independent musician. I own my catalog. I have my own public house. If I wanted to make a deal with you to come to my show and film and do this, that, the other with it, I could directly do. You're only talking to me. I just literally did a NFT documentary with a group out of Britain. That is going to be displayed. I don't know when they're putting it out. But she was like, oh, well, we have to get clearances on the licenses for this, that, the other thing. And I said, it's all through me. Because you don't have to go through this, because I never signed a publishing deal. I got offers for publishing deals, but I never signed them because I wanted to hold my own publishing. So like she had to clear everything through me. Nobody else, just me. And that's the beauty of this space. It incentivizes musicians to own their own, to be to learn more about the business side of it and know exactly what you're doing. Before it was like, and Illya knows this totally, before it's like you get signed, you have a manager, a business manager, a so-and-so manager, or this and that, the other thing. You have all these people working under you, and most of the time the artist has no idea what those people are doing, which means that they get hosed. Because if you don't know how the gears are working, the gears can do whatever they want and just say, oh no, that's just how it works. And a lot of artists got, crapped on, and I don't want to like swear on this, but like a lot of artists got, they got hosed. And so now with NFTs, it incentivizes the artists to actually know the business, know what they're doing. So they can go to you and be like, let's do this deal with this NFT, 50-50 split or 20-80 or whatever you want to do. And it's just you and them. There's no third parties. Get rid of the third parties because they just muck everything up.
But keep a lawyer too, though.
Definitely keep a lawyer on retainer. I mean, for me personally, I keep my attorney very close. I keep my booking agent very close. And I keep my band very close. And that's all I need. As long as you know what you're doing, that's all you really need, right? Does that kind of answer? Yes. Just one more. Go ahead. What? But okay, yes, it is. It is a problem, right? But okay, you need discovery on Spotify because you need to make 1 million spins or streams to make $1,000. You need a little bit of discovery on NFTs because you need to sell one NFT to make like $300.
Can I chime in for a second?
Yeah.
It solves the problem of discovery if you think of Web3 as a genre of music. So you're catering to fans of Web3 if your artist does any genre, because the fans are really interested in IP technology, experimentation. They're early adopters. And so when you're catering to that audience, you only need 1,000 of them to make this amount of money you would make on Spotify with 50 million streams. Exactly.
Yes, it reverses the business model.
Makes the artist actually work too, because people think you could just go viral by making a TikTok. That's not how that works. That's a machine. You got to get in the mud, grind your ass off, jump in the rooms, make yourself known, share your music as much as possible. If the music is great, people will listen, people will follow. They want to be attached to your story and get in on the ground floor. That's the true artist discovery for me. And then if you get a POAP that shows you discover that artist first and you put all your friends onto it, there's no debate about who put on who. It's like, yo, here's that POAP. Remember, I got it on February 1st. You was talking about the artist in May. I put you on, homie. Like, that's the one. To me, that's artist discovery, and that's the most fun thing about it is like putting your people on and then watching the artist blow up. Once they blow up, it's already too late. Let's move on to the next one, and rinse and repeat. And the artist gets the benefit from all that, especially in this space.
So I think we're out of time. So I don't want to. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
They were awesome. Thanks everyone for such